don't know if you can hear me. It's quite echoey around here. It's Monday morning, it's 8:52 in the morning, and I'm on my way to training. Still going to the same place, but I'm working on a different account. So the training's supposed to be at 10 a.m. this morning. I have a feeling I'm going to be a few moments late. Simply because it's going to take me about an hour from Liverpool Street to get there. We'll see what this traffic's saying in light of what's happened on Friday. I'm actually in London Bridge, and if you've been watching the news, there was another terrorist attack around here on Friday. RIP to all of those who were affected. It's terrible, man. But yeah. Ooh, one second. All this side of the road is closed, blocked off. That's where the attack took place.
Monument Station.
And everybody is crammed into that side of the road. So yeah, scary times, man. Sorry if I'm huffing and puffing, but I had to run for the bus. It's not a heavy police presence, but you don't normally see this amount of police here, certainly not on a Monday morning. Don't know if that's a news tent or that's where they're doing the forensics or what. But yeah. Oh dear, see, everything's a bit cordoned off. Tapes on both sides of the road, so. But I haven't considered that. It's the traffic's flowing quite easily considering, so hopefully I'll be able to get to Liverpool Street in time. As you can probably tell from my voice, I sound a bit flat. That's because I'm just over it right now. I'm over travelling these insanely long distances to go to work and going to school at the same time. It's just, for me, not working out. And what I mean is this. It's not the biggest amount of money in the world. Do you know what I mean? It's working in a call centre. It's not a huge amount of money, number one. Even if I get paid weekly, that's the bonus. But the massive minus is that it's such a long way to go there and back. And I've got lines to learn. You've got to learn lines, and I've got to perform it each week in the class, and you need time to be able to do that. By the time I'm getting home, it's like 8 o'clock, 8:30, and I'm exhausted, so I'm not really in a fit frame of mind to try and learn my lines. So, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I know that some way, somehow, I've got to find another alternative to coming to work here, because it's defeating the whole purpose. And when I'm turning up in class, I'm tired. I'm finding it that much more difficult to concentrate. And this week we've got our end of term exams. And these exams determine whether you stay in the class you're at, go up or go down. Even if I don't go up, I sure as heck don't want to go down. So it's just, yeah, it's challenging, man. I'm constantly tired. It's the distance. The distance really does wipe me out. I've got to try and find a suitable alternative to coming this far to come to work. So yes. And then there's the stress of having to pay for next year, and there's a deadline, and I don't know. You know when there's like so many things on top of you, you just can't, you just feel like you can't breathe, do you know what I mean? Or even when things are going well, you can't really acknowledge that because you're just like buried under the mountain of other stuff that's pending or that isn't going well right now. So that's kind of how I feel. So I'm feeling a bit, yeah, I'm feeling a bit blah. Almost like having the Monday blues, I'm feeling a bit blah, so. Yeah, I will. There's two people coming up on the bus. Let me see if they come upstairs. If they come upstairs, I'll speak to you again later. They're not coming upstairs, so yeah, I'm just feeling kind of I'm just not feeling myself. I'm not feeling upbeat. I'm not feeling optimistic. I'm not feeling positive. I just want a bit of a downer at the moment because I need certain things to shift in a very short space of time. And yeah, I'm just feeling a bit overwhelmed. But also, I've had to start looking at what the things I'm doing outside of school and outside of work. What is it I'm doing? And I realised that a lot of my free time isn't actually my own. It's given over to doing other things for other people. And I've got to cut that back. I really have got to cut that back because I'm in a situation, I'm in a whole new season, I need to really focus if I really want to get to where I want to get to. I've got to have a laser focus, and I can't have other things pulling on my time. I really can't have that. So that's something I'll be working on over the next couple of weeks, freeing up my time so that the spare time I do have, it's recycled into doing what it is I'm supposed to be doing, and giving me the best possible shots at arriving at my target destination come next summer. So yeah, I'm going to have to go through a few things and just let go of a few things. You know, people might not like it, but I've got to do what's best for me. I find that too often in times past I've done what's best for other people, and whilst they're grateful for my assistance, when it comes to trying to take that time back now, they're giving me attitudes. Do you know what I'm saying? But the fact is, I've got to live my life. I've got to do what's best for me. I can't spend the bulk of my time, the bulk of the spare time I have, giving it to other people. It's just not that season right now. You know, I've done it for many, many years. It's time to claw a lot of that back. So that's what I'm going to be doing, pulling back some of that time, see if that makes a difference. I don't want to have to keep on being, I don't want to have my mind occupied by all of these things I've got to take care of. Do you know what I'm saying? I just need my mind to be free. So there's one particular thing, and I've been procrastinating over it because I really don't want to do it. But it's got to be done. Anyway, I'm the only one that can do it at the moment. And when I've done it, hand it over. So then that's that thing I'm no longer taking care of. There's something else. There are three main things I think I've got to hand over, and then my time will be free. So if I can get to that point handing over those three things, I should be okay. I'm going to aim to do that by January latest, so I can just have my time back. Anyway, it's enough morning ramblings for me. I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling Monday today at all. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I hate this feeling of being tired and you slept but you're still tired when you wake up, and you're just going to spend the bulk of this day doing something you'd really rather not do. It just seems like such a waste of life and such a waste of time.
Stratford City.
But anyway, grateful I got a job, grateful I got money coming in. So yeah, hope you're having a good Monday right now, and I will pick up with you again later on. Oh, before I forget, I almost forgot. Massive shout out to Mia, Kareem and Celeste for always watching my videos and for commenting on my videos. I told you I'd do it, Mia, didn't I? Hope you're having a great day, and I'll catch up with you again later. Bye bye. This is such a pretty area. It's freezing cold. I'm just sitting outside as I'm on lunch. It's a really, really nice area. Huge block of flats there. So just a bit more on the revelation I had is that when I look at my week, I look at 7 days, the majority of the time is spent doing something I really do not want to be doing at all. The majority of my time is spent doing things I don't want to be doing at all. If I could just have 2 days doing something I really enjoy doing, and then have the finances so I can spend more time excelling at that, I think I'd be a lot happier. Apart from the work situation, there's like I'm involved in a number of different things as well that I find really, I'm not getting anything out of it. But I don't mean it in a selfish way. I mean that it's I'm all for charity and volunteering and giving your time, but it has to be proportionate. It cannot be the bulk of what you're doing. It can't, like any spare time you have, the bulk of that should not necessarily be going towards things that you're not going to reap the benefits of, unless that's how you're wired. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with doing that, but just been reevaluating my last few years of my life, and I find that far too often I give my time away for free or to people who wouldn't necessarily, they can't reciprocate in kind. So for example, with the sort of things I have, with the kind of skills that I have, if I give the time away for them, there is nothing that they can do for me in return. Do you understand? There's nothing that I will get in return that would make up for that, if that makes any sense. How can I put it? You don't always give to get. Sometimes just give because you want to give. But when the bulk of the time you're giving away and there is no return in your life in any way, shape or form, then you've got to reevaluate that. And that's what I'm finding, that too much of my time is being given away and doing, following pursuits that just don't benefit me in any way, shape or form, that don't lift my spirit, that don't They don't get me feeling excited. They don't make me feel that my time is being spent in a worthwhile, worthy manner. It just feels like a bit of a waste of time because I'm just not necessarily interested in what it is I'm doing per se. So I've got to just be honest. Where I think there's one major thing actually. If I'm honest, there's one major thing. I've got to find a way of extricating myself from it. And I've been saying to myself, I'm going to do that for a long time. I just never have because of how things may appear or how things might make me look. But I've heard a lot of talk about, like, you know, living your truth and just being honest with yourself. And being honest with myself might look very strange to other people, but I've got to be honest with myself. It's got to look right for me. What looks strange to other people will look just right for me. And yeah, several things I want to kind of get away from, just kind of extricate myself from and stand on my own 2 feet and see where life takes me as a result. And yeah, I think, you know, when you just come to a place where you realize you spent too much of your life living for the opinions of others, afraid to upset the apple cart of other people's opinions. And that is such an unhealthy way to live. You can't do that. You have got to live in your truth. You've got to be honest with yourself. Even if that means that certain people no longer connect with you, even if that means that your circle of friends will change, your lifestyle will change, so be it. If it's the truth, if it's absolute honesty, that's the way it's got to be. And I'm just more and more coming to that place now where I'm recognizing that's what I have to do. You know, I feel like I've spent too much of my life hiding my true feelings about things for fear of causing offense. And if people are offended at me for my stance or my beliefs or where life is taking me, then that's okay. But it's like I have got to be bold enough to take the steps I need to take in order to become whole. I just got to do that. I really got to do that. Yeah, I think it's all part and parcel of it. It's not just the commute. It's not just the work I'm just mind numbing. It's like all things considered. It just feels like it's almost like living a lie. Do you know what I'm saying? I've got to stop doing things to please people. I've just got to be honest with myself and make the jump. And no matter what it looks like, I've got to just go for it. Otherwise, what am I doing in my life? I can't live my life in the shadow of other people's opinions. You know what I mean? It's a very human thing to do. We all do it. But it comes to a point where it's make or break. Are you going to continue to live this way, or are you going to stand, to be completely honest, and stand in your sunshine? Stand in the path that's meant for you. And it's come to a point where I'm just going to really have to be bold enough to make that choice. And that sounds very cryptic because I'm saying it without actually saying it. But there's a number of steps I need to take to kind of like step away from certain things. I'm going to do it. I am going to do it because I don't like feeling this way. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what the answer is right here, right now, but I know that I don't like feeling this way. And I know that by not being bold and cutting off certain things and pulling away from certain things, that's not helping. So again, it's not going to be a New Year's resolution. It's going to be something I'm going to start doing now. It's just really weird. It's just a weird kind of oppressive, depressive feeling I've got right now. It's just really weird. I don't feel like this often. But I think it's just my body's way, my mind, my heart, my spirit, my soul's way of telling me it's time to make that change. It's time to make that jump. And I'm just being in a place where I'm uncomfortable. And it's not about seeking comfort. Because I'm going to go from one place of uncomfortability to another place of uncomfortability, in that it's the unknown, but it'll be good for me. But I can't stay here in this familiar, uncomfortable place. I've got to go to an unfamiliar, uncomfortable place, because that's going to be where things will really turn around. So sorry if I sound like I'm being very cryptic and not really saying it, but I don't want to say it until I've done it first. Once I've done it, then I'll explain to you what I mean. But yeah, I'm going to go back to work now. We're here until 6 today. Oh my God. Because it's from 10 till 6 today. It's 10 till 6 today and tomorrow, but tomorrow I'm at school, so they're going to pick up with me on Wednesday as to what they covered tomorrow, what they're going to cover tomorrow. But yeah, I'm here till 6. Oh my God. But anyway, see you anon. Bye. Morning everybody, how are you doing? It's Tuesday morning and I'm on my way to acting school. This week is a week of assessments. So we have to be assessed on our performance in 2 plays that we've been working on. So I'm more confident about today's one because I've had a lot of time to learn the lines. So I'm looking forward to that. But the second one's on Friday, and I'm not as confident about that one yet because I haven't had as much opportunity to learn the lines. But I've got today, I've got Thursday, and then we perform on Friday. So that'll give me time to really know what I'm doing. Feeling a bit better today, feeling a bit more optimistic and a little less blah like I was yesterday. But I got back home, was it just before 9 because we finished at 6 yesterday. So again, it just kind of reinforced my need to find another job because I can't be coming home 9 o'clock at night after leaving my house, 8 o'clock in the morning. So yes, so I'll let you know how I think the assessment went. I'm not quite sure when they're going to let us know what our marks are. I don't know if it's going to be on the day or we'll find out the week after, because this is actually our last week of school this year. So that's it. After Friday we break up the Christmas term and we're back again in January. So we'll see what happens. Okay, catch up with you later. Hi guys. So I've just finished school and we had our reviews today and I had a really good review. So, she was talking about how, she likes it and I'm very committed to the role, how I take direction, how I apply all the things that she's saying, etc, etc. So I was really pleased. One thing she did say to me, she likes me to do more and explore my vulnerabilities, explore my vulnerable side, which is good because you want to be multifaceted as a character, right? You don't, or as a person. You don't want to just be one way and only be able to get one sort of part. So I'm going to look and see how I can work on that. And yeah, she said just say something like go a bit deeper and don't be afraid to test certain things out. So for example, she said I don't feel like you can't poke someone or get a bit physical with someone in the scene, obviously within reason, but just explore a bit more. Just explore boundaries a bit more. She said don't worry about being OTT, because if people think you're over the top, or if the director feels you're over the top, or if the teacher feels you're over the top, they can all say, right, let's just try something else or scale it back a little bit or something, do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but overwhelmingly, it's just like I was doing everything I was supposed to be doing, making good progress. I've had a strong term in her class, so I was really pleased with that. So, I'm on my way back home now. I've got to now try and really learn my lines for Friday. That's the second assessment. Between this term and last term, they're going to decide, do we stay in our class or do we go back or do we go forward? I would rather, they did say though, there's exceptionally rare for people to get moved either way. Typically the class you're in now, unless there's some really massive shift in a positive or negative way, you're more than likely going to stay in the class that you're in, which is fine for me because I don't mind that. But I really like my class, so I'd like to stay in my class if I can. So yes, on my way back now, so that's one down, don't have to worry about rehearsing this anymore. So I've got to now go and learn my lines for Friday. So I'm going to sign off here, but I'll pick up with you again on Thursday. So I'll see you then. Bye.